It is important to get clear on how you are going to manage yourself in this life, but you really, more importantly, should develop the compass that guides you towards what is or isn't inspiring to you. The what I want to do, what I don't want to do. Like, more than anything, getting that down pat first is more important than forcing yourself into situations of making money. Like, in no means am I saying don't do what you need to survive, but like, I suggest developing the compass so that you can more quickly, in any situation, inevitably be able to pick what feels best. And then eventually you'll just find yourself in a situation where there is money, there is revenue, there is situations, there's opportunities, there's places, there's things that just radiate from you acting in an inspired way. That's really how it works. Like, once you get into this understanding that things can work that way, then it starts to become come to fruition and be real. But that still means that you have to keep picking yes towards it. You still have to find the things that feel good. That doesn't mean that there won't be any work. It just doesn't necessarily mean it will look or feel like work. There will always be some sort of action, and maybe people don't want to hear this. I'm getting this resistance. Four of Swords and the Six of Wands, that you don't want to believe that there's some amount of work. It just won't feel like work. It will still be work. Just call it something else. If the resonance of work and the way that it's used in the modern lexicon doesn't feel good, find something else to call it. Don't call it career. I don't call it career. The professionalism and the toxic corporatism, it's a gross energy. Just find something else to shape it into. Call it something else. The aligned action will find me. The things that bring me, the actions that bring me abundance will find me. Like, whatever thing you need to call work. But the general, the work will always be there. As always, if you want a reading or one-on-one, link in bio. There's discounts, limited spaces. First time peoples get discount. So, in the beginning I pulled the Four of Swords and the Six of Wands in reverse. Following that, I'm going to get my thumbnail, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Put to rest this idea that you don't want to be well known. Can you stop lying to yourself? How about that? How about that? Work. Move towards, and from an inspired place, this confident person who can hold all of the manifestations, all of the notoriety, all of the things that they're really wanting. Because this is your aligned path. Don't let the past of people that were trying to activate the wounds in you and representations physically, don't let that past, the Five of Swords in reverse, doubly so, don't let that block you from your path. Don't let that block you from your truth. There's no one right way to go about this, but it's certainly not lying to yourself. It's certainly not lying to yourself. Let's get clear on that. Quit lying to yourself, and many things will start to make sense. If you can just get real honest, if you can get real grounded, and you can get real and present with yourself and your circumstances, guess what? Guess what? The veil will lift and you will realize your power, right? The moon reversed will find the shroud will lift, and you will radiate. You will know. You will know where you're a star. We're all stars. Get curious and brave. There's a few different mechanisms for alchemy in ways in which you can create the world that you desire using the feeling mechanisms. One of them is getting into a good feeling place. That is a tried and true. All of the mechanisms work in their own way, but a tried and true mechanism that really jumps the circuit, if you really want to get after it, Get really brave. Do things that scare you. Jump out of the comfort zone. There's different ways that you can get into alignment with things. Honestly, there's so many different ways. You can meditate. You can do something you like. You can think about something that you like. You can walk away from things. You can intentionally say yes to things that you like. You can get emotionally aligned. You can think of old memories. There's so many ways you can get into alignment. But one of the ways that I actually think I suggest for you is to do things that scare the ever-living crap out of you. Do things that throw you outside of your comfort zone. Not so far that you can't handle it, but you want to actually shock your system a couple of times a week. You want to throw yourself in circumstances that are like, so that you realize that you don't pass away from taking a risk, from putting yourself out there, from doing something you never thought you could do. You create this understanding with your body that, oh, if I go outside of my comfort zone, I actually, 555, will be fine. It is called exposure therapy. Expose yourself a little bit to these stimuluses that scare you, and over time, maybe they'll still scare you, but you won't feel it as much. You'll get used to it. Be brave. Be brave. I think that's the end of the message. Let's see. You don't really have to focus on more than this. Getting back into alignment with your intuition. And then you'll be on your way. Yeah, the sun. I think that's it.